Good morning, everyone. It is 4:08 a.m. and it's Friday morning. It's a Friday morning. This is the morning that I do my full weekly reset. So my meal prep, grocery shopping, it's my day off of training. So it's the day that I get totally reset for the next week. And I prefer to do this on Friday rather than do it on the weekend because I don't really want to do it on the weekend. I just don't want it to intrude on my weekend. So I'm doing it here on Friday and I'm going to take you along with me. So first things first, my probiotics, and I chug 500 milliliters of water. It's now 5:09 in the morning. I'm going to start getting ready to do my weekly meal prep, and I'm eating my first meal. I'm eating the same meal that I would even if I was doing a run. So it's small, compact, but calorically dense. There's probably about 50 grams of carbs here. I've got a homemade blueberry muffin, and I've got just a little egg whites for a little extra protein, and then some dates. Dates are amazing if you need like a very compact calorie source. Dates, raisins. But even on a training day, even on a non-training day, I really don't skimp on the carbs very much, because if I skimp on the carbs today, the run I do tomorrow will be affected. Because even though it's a non-training day, I still need to replenish the glycogen stores that my body used overnight, like to repair itself, my brain. So we can use up to 60% of our stored glycogen stores overnight. So 60% of the glycogen stored in our liver, in our muscles, that we actually need for activity and running. And so if I skimp on the carbs today, the run I do tomorrow will be affected. So, and also, just from a mindset of how we look at food, I personally don't like, and this is just a personal preference, I don't like doing that dance around carbohydrates. Oh, I can have some today, but not tomorrow. Like, it just reinforces that carbs are something to look out. I just personally don't like that. Maybe because it's a reaction because I used to vilify carbs in my life pre-fitness transformation. It's like, carbs, so look out for them. But now I just can't be bothered. I'm gonna eat the carbs. After a little bit of dilly-dallying, it's 5:48 in the morning and I'm getting into my weekly meal prep. I used to, like most people, relegate meal prep to the weekend, but then it just takes up time on your weekend. So now what I do is on my non-training weekday Friday, I get up at the same time as you've seen, and I just make sure that I've got everything already cooked and prepared. I cook my proteins in bulk, and then I put it in the freezer. So I'll cook like 20 pounds of ground chicken breast at a time, put it in the freezer, and it will stay just fine. Like, you're not gonna serve it to the queen, but you put it with some rice and some veggies and some hot sauce. It's completely, like, the texture doesn't change. It's fine. Same with ground beef. You can freeze ground beef, you can freeze salmon, you can freeze steak, you can freeze everything, and it turns out just fine. So I bulk prep everything in advance. And I just kind of do this as needed. Like, when I run out of something, I'll just bulk prep it. So I did about 10 pounds of veggies, just steamed veggies. I really only buy frozen veggies now because the price of vegetables is just extraordinary and makes no sense. So frozen veggies, they are picked when they're ripe, so much less expensive, and they're already ready for cooking. So it's so much less prep, and it just makes sense. They're not any less nutritious. So in here I've got 6 100-gram bags of steamed Brussels sprouts that were frozen. I've also got frozen broccoli in the fridge, things like that. So I'm going to do an entire week's worth of meal prep in about 45 minutes. I'm doing my pre-workout, post-workout, lunches, and my afternoon smoothies. Preparing my smoothies in bulk as well. You can freeze those. So basically the only thing I am not prepping in advance are my dinners for next week. So this is how I like to do meal prep. I do it 1 week at a time because, to be totally honest, I love macros. Love macros. I love what macros give me. It is like kind of the art and science of food where they meet. However, I loathe the food scale. This thing, if I have to use it daily, I feel like I have a ball and chain. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people fall off of tracking macros, is because of the scale. It is a tool, and it's like a plumber doesn't walk around with his wrench all the time. That would just be insane. So what I do is, doing this weekly meal prep, is that I use the food scale on Fridays, measure it all, portion all my things out, put it in the fridge, put what I need to put in the freezer. And then the rest of the week, the only time I'm using the food scale is for like the cream in my coffee. And that's not really even because I'm like, counting every gram of fat to the point. It's actually for taste. But that's really why I do this meal prep, because I do not want this thing chasing me around all day, all week. That's it. So let's get to it. Meal prep is done. Things are clean and things are in the dishwasher, waiting to put some more things in the dishwasher. But that took me about 45 minutes to get a whole week's worth of meal prep done. So let me show you the fridge now. My husband likes to have just the elements prepared in bulk. So I've left for him rice. He's got Greek yogurt, egg whites, things like that. A few veggies left over for him. I have some chicken breast that I prepared for him, some shredded beef roast I've prepared for him. But for me, so here's a couple days worth of smoothies, and then my lunches, the eggs, there's some more in the back there, and some additional egg whites. And then in the freezer is the rest of my smoothies, the bagels for my post-workout meal, muffins that I've baked previously for my pre-workout meal, and then the rest of my lunches. So I always have 2 lunches in the fridge, like this is today and tomorrow, and every time I eat one, I pull one out. So I'm gonna go grocery shopping now, because as you can see, the fresh veggie container is very empty. So what I do is, anything that I've prepped in bulk that's been in the freezer, I prep that, and then now I'm gonna go out grocery shopping and get my perishables for the week, and that will be all stocked up. But it is 6:49 a.m. and all of my meal prep is done for the week. 6:49 a.m. on a Friday, so it's not gonna take up my weekend. Time check, 6:56 in the morning, still dark. My grocery store opens at 7 a.m. I like to get there early, so off we go grocery shopping to get the perishables for the week. All right, back from the grocery store. It's looking a little bit more full in here. So basically what I topped up was egg whites and got some more eggs, and then got the fresh veggies for the week, and a few more down here. So I'll pair those with the steaks, but that's really it. So now I'm totally set up. Meal prep down there, fresh things, we're good to go. Groceries are put away. It is 8:19 in the morning, and meal prep is done. Groceries are bought, groceries are put away. I'm now gonna have my second meal, and then I'm gonna get on to work. So that's my 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. on a Friday to get myself totally reset. I'm just having a very basic meal, another cup of coffee, bagel with some butter, and some egg whites and egg scramble. That's it. Hope this was helpful. Have a great day.